lights first, and then all of a sudden, bam, just out of nowhere.
I didn't do anything wrong. Please come here.
Tuesday, February 20th, 2024, Ocala, Florida. Authorities received a call about a tragic accident that occurred on Southeast 38th Avenue. The police, along with EMS and firefighters, rushed urgently to the scene. Gradually, more calls came in reporting the same details, indicating that it was a serious situation. I'm Tyler, and this is your daily dose of crime.
You guys saw what happened?
Well, we were coming right here, and then either this car was, the white car was either pulling out or it just stopped, and then the other car over there hit him so hard. It almost hit us. That car almost got us because it started right here, and it went way over there, and that one ended up way over here. It started right here. See the pole? This is where it started, right here. This is where you got hit, right there. And it hit that, and he went like circle, and then this one flew this way, all the way around all that, dude.
And we barely avoided it.
Yeah, we were right here coming up.
Where's your car at?
Right here.
Okay.
At first glance, the scene was horrific. A car off the road, a car overturned and engulfed in flames, and a body only a few feet away. Officers quickly took control, shutting down traffic and clearing the area, and then began searching for the injured so that EMS could assist them properly. The onlookers were deeply shaken by the event. The scene was devastating, and the police had to follow protocol to prevent things from getting worse.
So, I need somebody down there. I want somebody down there to make sure we don't have... We need somebody down there to make sure...
Okay.
This is... You work Southeast, right?
Yeah, I'm going to work it.
Okay, you work the primary on the crash then. So stay here. Vera, where's your car?
That one right there.
Go get your car. And I want you to take it all the way down there. Okay? And maintain...
South of the light?
No, yeah, that's fine. But stay down there and make sure no traffic comes this way.
Okay, just divert everybody on 17.
Yes, I don't care. Okay, I need somebody down there.
Yeah, we've had a few down there.
Okay, he's like, what's going on? So, he said to find out. He said, "Where's the body at?"
Right there, right in the median.
Got it. Okay,
next to the fireman.
That's what he wanted to know.
So we have. I just talked to this couple. They were going this direction when it happened. These two cars were going this way. They don't know if they were in the same lane or if they were in opposite lanes.
Yeah.
There's some kind of collision that caused the other cars behind all those fire trucks, and we don't know how if it first hit that or whatever the case is. But
okay, but so just to have an officer stay clear of that area.
Yeah.
He said, and then I'll tell him he's right there.
So it somehow started like right here.
In the median.
What's that?
LT's in the median.
Okay.
And I'm behind him. So, but there's cars. I don't know if there's anybody up there yet.
These people right here in this Corolla, they are actually witnesses to it because they were coming northbound when it happened. They don't remember seeing exactly what happened, but they saw that car as well as another car. The other vehicle involved is behind that fire truck.
Can someone sometime?
It spun out and then ended up over there because that car almost hit them. But, so I'm having them stay here. They said it somewhere starts around this area, just south of this intersection we're in right now.
Okay.
So that's why I moved
yeah.
Kelly's
Well,
car.
It must have been hauling ass.
That was it Maserati, it looks like?
I mean, because we are both parked in... And speaking of which, we need to...
Two witnesses became key to the investigation. Both were at the scene when the accident took place, and they were able to provide detailed accounts of the events. Their information could be crucial for the investigation. The police needed to gather as much information as possible and urgently determine how many victims were involved. So far, one body had been found in the street, but until the flames were extinguished, they didn't know if there were more victims.
On the scene, it's just paramedics working it right now. Getting the fire out. Sergeant's got me moving my vehicle somewhere else. Just keep this blocked and diverting.
Is it Asher?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm getting no match for North Carolina.
Do you guys mind if I speak to him? Or do you want me to hold off?
No. Let him speak.
Yes, yeah.
Let him speak.
Okay.
If we could close the door, though,
Yep.
because there's a lot going on out there.
Alright, Asher. I'm Officer Perez. Okay. I just need a summary of what happened. I know it might have happened fast.
Yeah.
Which way were you going? Let's start there.
South.
You were going southbound. Were you in the inside lane or the outside lane?
I don't know.
You don't remember what lane? Were you closest to the curb or closest to the median?
Left.
So
Wait, it's tight. It's tight.
It's fine. It's just taking your blood pressure. Takes your blood pressure, right?
okay. Were you wearing your seatbelt?
Yes.
About how fast were you going?
I don't know.
About the speed limit, maybe?
Yes, the speed limit.
He's a straight A student. He's got
Okay.
being in Florida State.
I just have,
Scholarship.
I hear you. Listen, accidents happen, okay? I just need to find out what happened so we can do our paperwork correctly, okay? Okay, relax. Listen, he is okay. Listen, he is okay.
I'm right here.
Okay.
That's my mom.
I know.
Baby, I'm here. I'm here. Please. I didn't do anything wrong. Please come here. Please come here.
Can I have somebody stand by with
I
you?
didn't do anything wrong. Okay.
I think you just fill out the ambulance.
I did. I promise. I swear to you, I didn't do anything.
Hey, Mom.
Either one of you in here? If we can have one.
Hey, Asher, do you want Mom or Dad in here?
It's okay. Dad is sitting. Mom, are you okay?
He's good. And he's in good hands, okay?
Mom, can you stand? There's just another officer out here. If you don't mind just hanging out on the sidewalk, and I'm going to have somebody come.
I'm sorry.
I got you.
Okay. Yeah. If you don't,
I'm nowhere near that.
so if you don't mind just moving your car, whenever you finish moving your car, you should be able to see him. Okay. I'm going to close the door.
Okay?
He is absolutely. He's fine. He doesn't want to go to the hospital. They don't say that he has to go to the hospital, but I got to talk to him, okay? So I'm going to close the door because I don't want pictures to be taken. I'm sure you don't want pictures to be taken either. Okay.
My arm.
It's because they have the cuff on.
Why take it off?
All right.
All they do is take your blood pressure.
All right, Asher, I'm here. I'm here, okay?
Inside one of the ambulances, 17-year-old Frank Scudder was receiving medical attention for severe injuries. His emotional state was fragile, and the teenager was still in shock, suffering from panic attacks that the paramedics were trying to calm. His condition seemed critical, and officers needed to do everything they could to avoid making matters worse.
Here, I'll press that.
All right. So just a couple more questions, okay?
Wait, what's your name?
Michael. I'm a paramedic.
Michael?
Yes.
And your officer?
Correct.
Officer Perez. It's taking your blood pressure. You're fine, buddy. You are in good hands. You are fine.
All right. So which way was the other car going? And is that the only car involved?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Did that car hit you?
I just know I was going south because I had to go
Is it not on there?
I think I had to go west to get to my grandparents' house.
Where were you going? Were you going southbound?
Yes.
Okay. Where did you make initial impact?
I don't know.
Was it at the light or before the light?
Perez?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I woke up and I was put into the ambulance.
Okay, so you don't remember it.
No, oh my God.
That's just a
So
cut.
did you go out? Did you go out?
Dad,
Hold on,
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't remember the accident?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Did you woke up and then we were there?
Yes.
Did you crawl out of the car or you just woke up on the side of the road?
Does he have any medical history?
The only thing that I remember is being pulled into this car.
When he flies, he has severe
I
anxiety.
get very bad anxiety.
You fly airplanes?
Yes,
You fly Hey, take a deep breath, okay? I'm gonna come back and talk to you in a little bit, okay? I'm gonna let them do their job and figure out a little bit more about you, okay?
Am I okay, Dad?
You're fine. You're fine.
Frank said that he couldn't remember anything about the accident, except that he had been heading south in the moment he collided with the other car. After that, he only recalled waking up to the horrific scene around him. The psychological trauma from the accident became clear, with frequent panic attacks. Officers couldn't take a statement from Scudder at that time, since he wasn't in any condition to speak.
I have my car over there. Yeah, I just need
channel 1.
I just need to control families. So make sure, that's Mom right there. Make sure you keep them on the sidewalk for me, please.
Right up there on 13th Street. sure our car's right there. Is it okay if we cut between the rescue and your car here and just circle around this back way?
Yeah, if you guys are able to.
Yeah, I can. I mean, we have plenty of room. I can guide him through.
Okay, yeah,
We
just
can
do
take
that
this back
for
way
me.
here.
Yeah, just do
Okay.
that for me.
Yeah.
Did you see anything? Or
I did, yes, sir.
You did? Did anybody come talk to you?
Not yet.
No? Okay. Did he see anything as well?
He may have.
Okay. give me a couple minutes.
Okay.
Go stand by over by your vehicle.
Okay,
I'll have an
okay.
officer go talk to you, okay?
Sounds good.
So if you want to, I'm gonna talk to y'all kind of separately. Did y'all both witness it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll talk to him first for a minute, and then I'll talk to you and I'll get y'all out of here. What'd you see?
Okay, coming in this direction. The light was green.
You were heading north?
I was heading this way.
North, okay.
And then right as I get past the light a little bit, because it was green, and I was driving, I was talking to my wife, and all of a sudden, because I'm driving like this, so you can see traffic. And there wasn't no one behind me and really no traffic. It was just us three cars. Okay? So I'm like this, and I see the white car lights first. And then all of a sudden, bam, just out of nowhere. And then once it hit, it kind of like blew up in flames instantly, and then it hit the pole. And then once it hit the pole, my eyes got off of that part, and then the other car ricocheted just to the left, like this. It hit them. They went like this, and the other one went way off like this. And then right when that happened, she was like freaking out, thinking like, "Oh shit, it's coming in our direction." So I slammed on my brakes, and it just went right by us.
Okay.
The other car went right by us, and it ended up over there. The silver one or gray one ended up over there.
Okay.
And then when that car went by us, because I took my attention off the whole thing, I just seen the car go by, and then the corner of my eye, that's when I seen the flipping still.
Was it flipping like what was
Like
it?
this. Like once it hit the pole, once it hit the pole like this, the car hit the pole, and started flipping.
So,
Boom.
so it was flipping, not spinning.
No, that thing was flipping. It was not spinning.
Okay. Did you, prior to impact, did you see the other car?
No, that's the thing. This hill part right here, hill part, I seen the other car first. Like I said, I'm like this, so it's kind of like, your vision, you're looking, it's not like I'm looking over here. But I seen the other car first, and I just seen the hit. Just like that.
Was the white car slowing down?
That's the part I don't even know. I don't even know if it was coming off that road because it was so close right here when you turn. But they both was facing like this.
So they're right behind each other?
No, that's the part. I don't know, because like I said, I seen the first car. I don't know. I didn't see them close. The hit.
Okay.
Was like an instant pop. Like I'm driving and all of a sudden, bam. So I didn't see the other car come up and hit it.
You just heard it.
Yeah, and then I looked over and then sitting there.
So you don't know if the Mazda was slowing down. You don't know if the Mazda was going at speed. You don't know if it stopped in traffic.
Yeah.
You don't know if the other vehicle was speeding or anything. You just heard it.
Yeah.
You as you was going, you saw the lights kind of up on the hill a little bit here, and then as soon as you saw the lights, the impact happened.
Nope.
Okay.
Didn't see that car until it
No. The white car.
The white car definitely seen first.
That's what I'm saying. You saw the white lights, and then almost immediately after you saw the white lights, you heard the impact.
Yeah.
Okay. But you never saw
the other
car coming or anything like that.
Like that. That's the only part.
Okay. And then you said that as soon as you heard the impact, you then saw the car erupt in flames.
Yeah, it was like a boom. I don't want to say an explosion, but it was.
Okay.
As soon as it hit, and then because it hit the pole, like they weren't even far from that pole that's bent. They hit that pole, and it was like this, like boom, and then started flipping.
What side hit the pole? The driver's side?
Man, you know what? I'm almost thinking, almost the whole, kind of like the whole. That's the part. That's the part that I can't really explain on that part. I just know boom and flipping, and then.
So when you say flipping, you're thinking more like a barrel, like a barrel roll flip.
Like a barrel roll flip.
Okay.
And it flipped. Oh man, it flipped a bunch of times before it stopped right there.
Was it ever on its roof at all?
No.
No.
It was already the way it was. They didn't You know what I mean? Where it stopped at is where it stopped, but it was just tumbling like that.
A witness described the accident. They had never seen the other car in the scene, only one with white lights coming from the opposite direction. Then there was a violent crash where one of the cars veered off course and nearly hit them, while the other vehicle continued spinning until it exploded with a loud bang. There was no record of how far away the other car was before the collision, so officers could only make an educated guess. However, the cameras would reveal the truth about what happened. Who was responsible for the accident?
So you said that you heard it, you came outside, saw the car engulfed.
My daughter and I were sitting in the living room. We heard it, and you know that impact. And you kind of know what it is. And so I jumped up. Literally didn't grab my phone, nothing. Just ran around the corner. By the time I could get to right here, I saw the flames, and I yelled back at my daughter who was coming out the door. I said, "Call 911." And yeah, I literally sprinted right across this yard, got right down to the car. Like I said, there was nothing I could do at that point. It was just too hot. And then I noticed the guy laying on the ground, and he was in really bad shape. There was nothing I could do to even attempt to save him,
Okay. And then,
CPR, and I didn't want to touch him because I just saw his head and half of it gone, and I said, And so then I left him, looked at the car again. I was thinking, damn, if somebody else is in there, like, it's just an awful feeling, but there's nothing I could freaking do. So I ran across the road, got to the other vehicle on the other side, and the kid was still sitting in the car.
where was he sitting at?
He was sitting in the driver's seat. But the car was full of smoke, the airbags had all gone off. I just said, we need to get you out of the car. And I could tell he had some head trauma, he was in shock. And so I said, lift up, your left leg for me, lift up your right leg. I want to make sure he didn't have a spinal cord injury. Got him out of the vehicle. Another lady somewhere over on the other side of the road was there to help me.
Okay.
We got him out of the vehicle, got him sat down on the grass.
Can you describe what he looked like?
Tall, slender, teenage boy, curly hair, dark curly hair, good looking kid. So anyway, got him out of the car, got him on the ground.
Sorry, do you know what he was wearing? Can you remember that much?
Jeans.
Dark or light color?
Like a regular pair of blue jeans, it looked like to me. I think, and maybe like in a dark colored, like a black. I don't know if it was short sleeve or long sleeve shirt. I want to say it's a short sleeve black shirt.
Okay, and you saw him behind the driver's.
He was sitting in the driver's seat. There was nobody else in the vehicle. The airbag was completely covering the passenger side. So he was the only one in the vehicle, but he was sitting in the driver's seat just by himself. If he had already taken the seatbelt off, he obviously is restrained.
What was his demeanor like when you saw him?
In shock, disoriented.
Tango 13, Ocala, 1087.
Kind of wide-eyed, typical kind of shock presentation. Just kind of delirious. Got him out of the car, and he's. I said, "Can you tell me what happened?" He had no clue, and I said, then he just started saying, "I hit my head, I hit my head," and then he just started freaking out, crying. I hit my head, and then
that answers that phone number says
down,
that
let's just sit down.
Bobby DeVilla.
And then the neighbor went into the car and got his phone and set it on his lap and said, do you want to call your parents, you want to call your mom, whatever. And then a couple of seconds later he called his mom, and I could hear him on the phone with his mom.
While he was on the phone with his mom, what did you hear?
First thing I heard was, I've been in an accident, I haven't been drinking, or nobody has been drinking, something to that effect.
You say he's on the phone with his mom?
Yeah, he's on the phone with his mom.
And
then he
said something to the effect of, I
haven't been drinking, or nobody has been drinking, something along those lines. And then he said, then he just started saying, please come, help me, I'm so scared, please come.
The following day, police continued with their investigation, and after consulting with local neighbors, they then tracked down a man who had helped Frank and pulled him from the car. According to his statement, there was no one else in the vehicle except for the teenager. He described Frank as being extremely scared, in shock, and desperately asking for help. Frank seemed to be clinging to those around him, but something unusual caught the officer's attention. As soon as Frank made contact with someone after exiting the vehicle, he insisted that he hadn't been drinking, even though no one had accused him of that.
Hey, Cooper's Detective Don Hauer. Nice to meet you. The reason we came here today was just to try to talk to some kids about a case we're investigating with the crash of Frank Asher Scudder IV.
Yes, sir.
You know who that is, right?
Yes, sir.
Friend of yours?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just to clarify things, you're not in any trouble. We're just trying to figure out what may or may not have happened. So we just ask for honesty or anything like that. Have you talked to anybody since yesterday about Asher's situation?
Not specifically, not about his case, no, sir.
Okay. Okay. Basically, what can you tell me about Asher as far as this crash happened on Tuesday at about 8:30 p.m.
Yes,
okay. Do you remember the day of the crash or hearing about it the next day or what have you?
I didn't hear about it till the next morning, Wednesday morning.
Okay.
I found out about it.
Okay. Was that through the news or?
My parents called me.
Parents called you?
Because they saw it in the news.
Okay. How long have you been friends with Asher?
I'd say for a good few years. I've known him throughout middle school and senior in high school.
So I'm assuming you're saying your parents told you about it on Wednesday. Do you remember Tuesday yourself, what you may have done or not done or visited or anything like that?
Well, I'm on a lacrosse team, so I've been really busy with lacrosse. We had a game Monday night, and I remember Tuesday we had practice, and I was just kind of like thinking about lacrosse the entire time.
Okay.
I didn't really communicate with Asher at all.
Okay, so you didn't have any communication with him on Tuesday, the day of the crash?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know of Asher to drink alcohol?
Yes, sir. I've heard of it.
Okay. Do you know how he gets his alcohol since he's 17?
I do not recall. I don't know exactly how somebody can
Sure. Do you know of him to go anywhere, like with a fake ID or something like that, or have an arrangement at a restaurant or anything like that to get served and trick the server or pay the server or anything like that?
I've not heard.
You have not heard any of that rumor? No. Okay. Do you have any questions of us? Is there anything important that we haven't talked about that you think is important in the situation with Asher?
No, sir. Not for me, no.
Okay, gotcha.
And the reason we ask a lot of questions that we use because it's just information we keep. When something like this happens, especially this known, like it's out there all over social media and stuff, we get all sorts of tips. So it's our job to get to the bottom of it. So that's why we ask the questions that we do. So if anybody knows anything, however, like we want the facts.
Yes, sir. I understand.
However it shakes out to be. So make sure you give us a call and let us know if someone has any information to provide. Whatever the information be, I don't care. We don't care what it is.
Yes, sir.
Wednesday, February 28th, detectives continued their investigation and began questioning Frank's lacrosse teammates. The first person interviewed said he hadn't been in contact with Frank since Monday, the day of the game, and that he hadn't heard anything about him other than the accident. Detectives would ask about Scudder's alcohol use, and the boy admitted to having seen his friend drink but didn't know how he got the alcohol.
I mean, obviously, I think why we're just here. We're talking about Frank Asher Scudder IV's crash, and you're not alleged to be involved in that in any way or anything like that. We're just trying to find some facts, good or bad, just looking for honesty about things. He was involved in that crash, you probably know, on Tuesday night, about 8:23 p.m. is what time I got called in. We're just trying to figure out basically what may have happened that night leading up to that crash. I understand I mean, your name was mentioned as being one of his friends, and I realize there's a friend relationship there. And we're just asking not to embellish anything, not to cover anything up, or good or bad, whatever the truth is all we're asking for. You know, not trying to trick you or anything like that. We're just here to try to find facts, good, bad, or indifferent. Like I said, the crash happened Tuesday night. Are you on any teams here at the school?
Yeah, I play lacrosse.
Okay. Okay, so in talking to some other students, I guess there was a lacrosse game Monday, which was President's Day, the day before this crash.
Yes.
Does that ring a bell? You
Yes.
guys had, was that a home game, away game? Do you remember where y'all played at?
I think it was home. No. I think it was up in Orlando.
Okay.
Not very.
Okay, so that's, so when you have a game, is that kind of like an all-day deal for the team?
Yeah, kind of.
Are they night games or day games? Or
I think we played at like 5
p.m.? Okay. So I'm just trying to refresh your memory on the time frames we're talking about. Do you remember having any contact with Asher, like the day of that lacrosse game or the day of the crash or anything like that?
Before that, the last time I talked to him was that Sunday night.
Okay. And what was that? Was that
we went over to one of my friend's house. We were playing card games.
okay, poker night or something with the guys over there? Was that at Grayson's house? Okay. Some tough questions to ask, just to let you know. Does Asher drink alcohol? I know a lot of kids do.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how he normally gets his alcohol since he's 17?
The second person interviewed said the same as the first. He hadn't been in contact with Frank and knew no details about the accident. However, when asked about Frank's alcohol consumption, the person provided a brand new statement that led authorities to realize there was a serious issue with Frank's drinking habits. It gave them a clue as to what may have caused the accident, but were the detectives being assertive enough? 2 people had died in the crash, and the cameras had captured a devastating accident that pointed to a driver who was unconscious behind the wheel.
Okay, and I guess, are you friends with Asher? Everybody calls him Asher, right? Not Frank.
His nickname is just Asher. He's always gone by that.
Okay.
I've been friends with him for a few years.
Okay. So we're not trying to do anything other than just get the facts. And I know you guys are friends, and I know that puts you in kind of a position, but we're not looking for anything necessarily good, necessarily bad. We just what if anything happened. That's all. So the crash happened Tuesday night, February 20th at 8:23 p.m. Okay. Are you on any teams here at the school?
Yes, sir. I play lacrosse.
Lacrosse,
Yes,
okay. So as I understand, Lacrosse had a game Monday, President's Day, which is the day before this crash.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was that here in Ocala or was that elsewhere, the game?
Monday, that was in Lakeland, I believe.
Okay.
Lakeland.
Okay. So are you familiar with the dates that I'm telling you about?
Yes.
Lacrosse game, crash day, and then here we are, several days later. Did you have any contact with Asher on the day of this crash, the Tuesday?
Not directly to him. Of course we have a group chat and stuff like that we're all friends in.
Okay.
That's the only thing that I might have talked to him, but like directly to him, no.
So not physically in his presence at all?
I did not see him that day.
Okay. Was there any indicators on the group text of what Asher was doing that day?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know Asher when he normally gets out of school? Is he an all-day student or?
He has I think he has a full schedule or close to a full schedule.
Okay.
We would hang out outside of school. We haven't hung out so much recently because of lacrosse, and I have a job so we haven't hung out so much recently, but yes, we have hung outside of school.
Okay. I think the school told me that he gets out at like 3:03 p.m. It's kind of a weird time. Is that like the normal?
That's the end of the day for the school.
Okay. And was there anything to indicate he had went somewhere before this crash or anything like that?
I honestly did not hear anything about it until the morning after when my parents came here in the morning, because originally everyone thought that Asher was in serious condition, or critical condition.
Right.
So they were worried. They wanted me to know. So
Okay.
I didn't hear anything about it until the morning after.
Okay. Was there something in the group chat from the day of the crash? No.
The only thing that I heard about with someone having contact with him was, I'm sure you guys already heard about it, was Lauren Limstrong. She was in contact with him the night of. From what I've heard, I don't know if it's true or not. From what I've heard, and apparently after the crash, he was on Snapchat, like not talking to people, but if you know what Snapchat is, you can send pictures and stuff like that. And apparently while he was in the ambulance, he was sending a few people pictures and stuff, but I did not receive any of them.
Okay. Okay. Do you know what number he normally communicates from?
I have it on my phone. I can look at it if you want.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Do you have it with you?
Yeah.
Would you mind just to verify what you said, that you didn't have any contact with him on the 20th? Would you mind showing us your text log from February 20th, if that's all right?
It's not that we think he did anything wrong, but like I told the others, we just have to turn every stone so that way someone later on can't say, yeah, he was messaging, you know.
Yeah. So this is my contact with him. I texted him on Friday just saying, hey, how are you doing? And then the time that I contacted him before that was February 10th.
Okay, so February 10th, and if you wouldn't mind, the next date says Friday. Which was what date? Friday. I didn't see anything on there between February 10th. Everything was February 10th, and then it switched to Friday. So we can, if somebody asks us later, we can say, we talked to Campbell. Campbell showed us his phone. Nothing was showing on text or anything like that. So we're just trying to see if there was anything that happened in that crash that shouldn't have happened. Luckily, Asher's okay. Unfortunately, 2 people were deceased in that crash. Okay. And we're not saying Asher did anything wrong. We're not saying Asher did not do anything wrong. But whenever something that serious happens, if it was me in that crash or him or you, it'd be the same situation. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You guys have to
people would be asking questions. So that's what
I've still got questions too. I completely understand.
Okay. So what can you tell me is Asher's habits of doing after school or anything like that?
I mean, I know he normally has like a nightly routine. Normally, from what I heard, he goes home, just does his homework. Other than that, I don't really know what he does throughout the night because he doesn't have a job. He doesn't play sports or anything like that.
Okay.
But he focuses a lot on academics.
Right.
But I know he has a nightly routine where he like goes in his hot tub and like takes a nice shower and stuff like that. But
okay. Does he live with his grandma or mom, or do you know?
Predominantly with his grandparents.
Okay. And that's over in the kind of like the historic district of Ocala?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if he does, how does he get alcohol?
From what I've heard, he does go to a few restaurants, and there was also a kid named Anthony Smith who was kind of like his do-man, and he would pay him and he would go get it and all that stuff. Those were the 2 things I mainly heard.
Okay. I assume Anthony Smith is a friend of his?
I think they hung out here and there, but it was more of just like a mutual relationship where Anthony would get money, Asher would get alcohol.
Okay. Did you hear about Asher ever going to any restaurants and getting served like alcohol by some arrangement with an employee there or something like that?
I heard of some things. I couldn't confirm it, though. I definitely heard some things.
Did you hear it from Asher?
Not from him, no.
Okay. What was the rumor you heard?
That exactly what you said was he sometimes went to restaurants and got served.
Was the rumor indicating a particular restaurant?
Mainly I heard Applebee's out next to the movie theater.
Easy Street out
Yeah,
there
yeah,
by the
right out
Walmart and all that stuff? Okay. Did he drink a lot, or do you know?
I mean, I gotta be honest. I knew that he did drink here and there, I mean, I don't know like how regularly he drinks because I mean, I didn't even know about that he was drinking that night. So there could have been other times that I didn't know he was drinking.
Okay.
But from the times that I did know, it wasn't. I mean, it was like here and there, like once a month, maybe once every few months.
Okay. Did he ever drink on the property of the school that you know of?
No, not that I know of.
Like sneaking it in the parking lot or anything like that?
Not that I know of.
Okay. And you indicated you thought he had a guy named Anthony Smith?
Mm-hmm. And I believe that's his last name.
Any idea who that person might be?
Yeah, he goes here.
There's a kid here named Anthony Smith. Is he, how old is he?
I believe he's 17 or 18.
Okay. And does he have like a fake ID or something to be able to get
Honestly,
alcohol? I don't know.
I really don't know either. I never talked to him because I didn't want to talk to him, so I honestly don't know.
Okay. Is he on a team or something like that, Anthony Smith? I mean, I don't know how many Anthony Smiths might be here at school.
I don't.
Is there some way to figure out who he is if there's more than one?
I mean, I can tell you his race and what he looks like.
Sure.
I mean, he's black. I can't like describe how he looks, but like if you point him out, I would totally
Sure.
understand.
Student here named Anthony Smith, about 18, that's black male.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what's the rumor? What is his deal with Anthony, you think?
That like they just like Asher will go ask him to get something, he'll go get something. And then,
like weed or something, or?
No, Asher doesn't smoke. I know that for sure. Asher.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Asher doesn't smoke. But mainly alcohol, from what I've heard.
Any idea how Anthony's able to get it?
Honestly, I've never talked to him in my life. Or I think I may have talked to him one time, but that was it.
Does he drive a particular kind of vehicle, Anthony, or anything?
I'm not even gonna lie, it's a really old car, and it sounds like a go-kart. I think it's like a Honda Civic, like a 2000 Honda Civic or something like that. It sounds like a go-kart, if that helps you.
Okay.
The last person to be questioned confirmed the previous statements, but added more details. He knew that Frank had drank, but didn't know how often or where he got the alcohol. According to rumors, Frank would go to some restaurants, or a person named Anthony Smith would get the alcohol for him using a fake ID. There was no solid evidence to back up the rumors, but they did confirm Frank's troubled relationship with alcohol at such a young age. Frank Scudder, age 17, was charged with 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter and vehicular homicide. On the day of the accident, the teenager was under the influence of alcohol and driving at speeds of over 120 miles per hour. 30-year-old Spencer Holden and 35-year-old Samantha Holden were the victims of Scudder's negligence. Frank was expected to face juvenile detention, probation, community service, therapy, or other rehabilitation measures.